Striking images of Africa's landscape, natural wildlife, and historical treasures like the pyramids were the backdrop of U.S. First Lady Melania Trump's recent four-nation visit. It was the first time Mrs. Trump stepped foot on the continent, a trip that took her to Ghana, Malawi, Kenya, and Egypt.
When I launched Be Best,
Trump extended her Be Best campaign to Africa in a visit that largely focused on child welfare. In Malawi, the First Lady and the U.S. ambassador there handed over 1.4 million books to children through a U.S.-funded national reading program. She also passed out blankets and teddy bears to newborn infants and their mothers at a hospital in Ghana's capital. Images of her trip are reminiscent of former First Lady Barbara Bush. In 1989, she unflinchingly cradled in her arms an infant with the AIDS virus. That act of compassion and the accompanying hug helped others get over the stigma attached to HIV/AIDS and helped break down stereotypes that discriminate against people carrying the virus. You can hug and pick up AIDS babies and people who have the HIV virus without hurting yourself, said Mrs. Bush. There is a need for compassion.
When I heard that
the compassion she had resonated with her son, George W. Bush, who later became the 43rd U.S. president, and together with his wife, Laura Bush, founded PEPFAR in 2003. PEPFAR has helped over 2 million babies to be born HIV-free and has treated more than 13 million people globally. New data released by the organization this year shows the HIV epidemic is coming under control in Namibia, following effective HIV treatment and a community-centered approach that includes education and awareness. As First Lady, Hillary Clinton visited the continent for 2 weeks in March of 1997. Years later, Clinton returned to the continent, this time as U.S. President Barack Obama's Secretary of State. The Washington-based Council on Foreign Relations said Clinton's seven-nation visit was designed in part to repair relations in South Africa, hold talks in Nigeria and Kenya, and reaffirm America's commitment to work with African countries as a partner. As First Lady, Michelle Obama visited the continent in mid-2013, but her lasting African legacy might be best felt in the U.S. Capitol, where the Obama administration launched the Mandela Washington Fellowship, also known as the Young African Leaders Initiative, or YALI. Mrs. Obama now oversees the Global Girls Alliance, which seeks to empower young girls through education. The organization believes when girls are in school, poverty goes down and GDP goes up.